G'day viewers, my name is Michael and welcome back to SingleRacer. And just quickly before we start today's video, I'd just like to send my thoughts out to the young female F3 driver by the name of Sophia. Here's her name here. I won't try and pronounce it because I just don't want to get it wrong, but my thoughts go out to her. I could imagine a lot of young male drivers who would be spooked by this horrible crash. Probably the worst crash I've seen where someone's been lucky enough to still survive it. And so I just hope that she isn't too spooked and can restart driving again, because I'm all for equality and having females, males, anyone just join in the sim racing community or racing in general. So my thoughts go out to her. But the other reason for bringing this up is actually because it kind of ties in with today's video, and that's because us Australians have this weird kind of, it's just part of our culture or our nature, where the more we respect someone, the more we actually stir them. So people like Mike Smith, Alex over at the Extra Mile, and Ferrariman601 know that I highly respect their skills as drivers, and so I kind of tend to stir them up a little bit. So hopefully they don't take offence and understand that that's a typical Australian thing. And therefore, I do genuinely try and watch Ferrariman601's videos, as many as I can watch. And although I'm not an F1 driver by nature, it's not my cup of tea. I have great respect for it, but it's just not the cars that I normally drive. But that doesn't mean I both watch his videos and have great respect for his driving. All joking aside, of course. But when I saw this video, I knew I had to have a go, because although it's technically F1, it's kind of in the realm of cars that I do drive, which is the older classic cars. This is the Lotus 98T, and although I cannot drive turbos to save my life, I just had the urge to give it a go, especially because it was on Brands Hatch, which I don't normally associate with F1. I assume they drove on Brands Hatch because it's called Brands Hatch GP, the particular track I'm driving on now. But I normally think of it as more an English touring car track. And I did watch a lot of the British touring car things on TV, plus race them in a game called Toka 2, and especially Jason Plato from the TV show Fifth Gear. He was a top line driver at that stage that I was watching, and really enjoyed that type of racing. And so I thought I would give it a go. Now, I'll be totally honest and say, as far as Ferrariman601 goes, I didn't even come close. I mean, it was shocking, really. And I realised, but the interesting thing, the interesting part about it is, I think this is the perfect combo. That is the Lotus 98T on Brands Hatch, that probably suits my driving style the least. So I often talk about my slow in, fast out, and it just didn't suit this particular combination. Now, I'll have a link to Ferrariman's video where you can see his outstanding lap, and he tears up the track. He drives very similar to my brother Andrew, which is, you know, coming in very hot into the corner and just hanging on and driving exceptionally well, whereas I was too slow, arguably maybe even too timid. But there's a point to why I'm still showing this video. And so in a way, that's my fascination with sim racing, is that why in this combo of car and track do I do so poorly? I mean, I truly didn't even come close, really. And yet I was surprised that I beat Jimmy Broadbent in the transit van thing, which completely suits my style of slow in, fast out. And I find that interesting, that how the cars and tracks are kind of all over the place as far as adapting to your own driving style. And so the reason I want to do this video is because it became clear to me quickly that I think on my first lap I was about, on RSR I was about 36th or 37th, maybe even 38 or higher. And so my goal was just then to try and get into the top 30, and if I could do that I'd be happy, and I'll show you that in the lap. But what is interesting to me is that I've watched other people improve. So these are subscribers to me, and I'm subscribed to some of them. So as an example, Jamie DH303, now I hope I say that right. Jamie, I've never quite known how to pronounce that, but I've seen him improve outstandingly in Project Cars 2, and also Devon Booth over at Twitch. He's improved incredibly well, and you can check out his channel as well, and he's progressed. And it's that interesting learning curve from the point of view that now, as an example, I did the it's the Mazda 787B on Spa, and although I consider I did a good lap, I was actually 180th in the RSR list, 180th. So the point of this simple video is, I don't care if I'm 180th, I don't care if you're 180th. In fact, I don't care if you're 1180th. It is just about saying, oh geez, I've never tried that car or that track or that combo of car and track. Let's give it a go. And I've had so many people say to me in the comments, oh wow, that was fantastic, I never knew that was such a good combo. And that's the whole key, is as much as Ferrariman did an outstanding lap, he introduced to me the idea of the fun factor. Just simply pick this new car and track, a car you've never tried before, or a track you've never tried before, or a combo you've never tried before, and let's just simply have fun. Don't worry about if you don't get into the top 10 or the top 100 or the top 1000. Just have fun. So this is Michael signing out for SingleRacer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go hot lapping.